Robbing tombs for fun and profit might not be a stable career, but Egil and Nix aren't in it for the long-term prospects. Egil is the hammer-wielding warrior priest of a discredited god. Nix is a roguish thief with just enough knowledge of magic to conjure up trouble. Together, they seek riches and renown, yet often find themselves enlisted in lost causes, generally against their will. Hello and welcome to Liam's Lyceum. I'm your host Liam, aka Hembar, and today I'll be doing a spoiler-free review of Paul S. Kemp's The Hammer and the Blade. Hammer and the Blade is book 1 in the Egil and Nix books, which there are 3. This works as a standalone for those unaware, and it is by Paul S. Kemp, and was originally released in 2012. So the story starts with our duo before an ancient door of great workmanship. The door is the tomb to Abenthal. They have just killed some zombies. Egil wields hammers, and his bald head is adorned with a tattooed eye of the momentary god, of which Egil is a priest. Though Ebenor, this momentary god, was only briefly divine and is now dead. So he doesn't seem like a very popular deity. Nix, though, is a thief with a collection of magical trinkets for just such occasions as robbing tombs. So they actually have the idea of retiring since they have plenty of coin to buy a tavern of their own. The baddies in this book are demons in sorcery, particularly Raken Noristru, who has tied himself to the devils, forging his house with cambions, or half-breeds between mortal and infernal. So when Nix and Egil slay a demon, they inadvertently put Raken in danger. So Raken, like Kemp's other villains, are not cartoony and poorly written. Raken is a different side of the same coin as Egil and Nix, and they're all pretty good characters because of that. And they can technically switch sides depending on a few simple choices. So if you can already tell, this is very, very similar to Fritz Leiber's Fafhrd and Grey Mouser stories. We have Durfolin, which is akin to Linkmar. It is a huge city of corruption. It also reminds me some of Erebus Kale, which is by Paul S. Kemp, and it is dedicated to famous sword and sorcery authors, so that shouldn't be super surprising. It is mixed also with some like Conan and like Indiana Jones stuff. It's very pulp fun. It's a little less weird in some aspects with the demons, though there is a part in a glass sea, which has some pretty Lovecraftian stuff, I felt like. At the end, it kind of a bit reminded me of Drizzt from the Legend of Drizzt as well. I thought it was super well written. It gave me chills. It made me laugh. And it went where I wanted it to go without it being predictable. There's great world building, showing you a little but setting the tone perfectly. It's interesting as the cover, I think, is pretty nice, but about 2/3 the way through, Egil is described actually as having a beard, which is not on either of the covers. And this also deals with some topics that some might not like, and I think it handles them pretty well, though. It deals with rape, so it is somewhat disturbing in that aspect, since rape is disturbing, but it does a good job, and it's with these gritty gray characters, and in a way that I sort of consider it new edge sword and sorcery, and it is rather feminist as well. Again, Kemp is someone I really like, and seeing him emulate Leiber more directly here, I think works really well, and I imagine Leiber was already an influence on his Erebus Kale stuff, which is the other things I've read by him. So this became, I believe, maybe the 9th novel I've read by Kemp. So, and I definitely do plan on reading the next 2 books, which I believe are A Discourse in Steel and A Conversation in Blood. And they're not very long. These are short sword and sorcery novels, or a heroic fantasy if you want to speak more broadly. So you might enjoy these, and if you want some more contemporary sword and sorcery, I mean, these are a little over 10 years old, so that's pretty recent. So anyways, this has been Liam's Lyceum, and I'll catch you next time.